like, ooh. I said, ooh. I said, ooh. Yeah, I didn't know. Listen, I said I was born ready. I said I was born ready. Young team, living good, yeah, I didn't know I've been ready. Born ready, yeah. I said I was born ready. Young team, living good, yeah, I didn't know I stayed steady. Born ready. I said I was born ready. I said I was born ready, yeah. I said I was born ready, yeah. Listen, tell me how it's gon' be. Tell me how it's gon' go. A lot of money coming when I'm up and on road. She want the high key, but I keep her on the low. Remember, I was working, I was going door to door. Now I'm going state to state. I've been eating on my plate. I've been getting where I'm going, bitch, I never skipped a day. Middle finger to the people that keep telling me the way. Everybody always talking, haven't seen them make a way. I'm like, these. Like, why you talking on the man? Whatever you were saying, I just couldn't understand. Whatever you were thinking, I don't really give a damn. I swear to God, I'll tell you all again that I was born ready, yeah. I said I was born ready. Young team, living good, yeah, I didn't know I've been ready. Born ready. I said I was born ready. Young team, living good, yeah, I didn't know I stayed steady. Born ready. I said I was born ready. I said I was born ready. I said I was born ready. Don't test me, don't test me.
Born ready, was born ready, I'm war ready. Load the clip and I killed them already. I don't fuck with you dum-dums, you run from what I come from. Stack the money in lump sums, all this shit's a conundrum. I've been plotting out, I've been hiding out on that low. For sure. It's a marathon, not a sprint, bitch, I go slow. For sure. I've been stacking up, I've been racking up, I need more. Let's go. Accumulate the ingredients and get dough. You know. Told him once, I told him twice, don't make me say a third time. You heard my ass the first time, sick of all the third time. So damn sick of feeding hoes, running like a bleeding nose. Came out from the dirt, man, it's beautiful to see this grown.
I said I was born ready. Young team, living good, yeah, I didn't know I've been ready. Born ready, yeah. I said I was born ready. Young team, living good, yeah, I didn't know I stayed steady. Born ready. I said I was born ready. I said I was born ready, yeah. I said I was born ready, yeah. Listen, tell me how it's gon' be.
I was whipping my Chevy, I had 3 pills in my pocket. My partner told me don't pop them, but I was losing my noggin. I call my trunk nosy neighbor. The way it be knocking, it be my meditation. When the world just will not quit talking, I'm not drinking and driving, I'm just sipping and cruising. If my mama could see me, she'd tell me quit being stupid. Cause see this buzz that I'm getting, it's just wisdom I'm losing. But I need a distraction, cause all my actions been useless, man. I've been trying hard, people telling me I'll be okay, but that's just dialogue. If you feel the same as me, let me see you light it, dog. Let them burn, let them burn. If they wanna switch sides, let them turn, let them turn. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. Nah, we don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. Too many people using each other, such a waste of beautiful human beings that could be lovers. Instead we're fighters, trained to expect the worst from people. It's hard to fight for good, so we learn to work with evil. It hurts my cerebral to think about those habits. Never in between, it's either happiness or havoc. Too much of anything is bad for me though. Can only smile so long till the apathy shows. At least we ain't phony. What's worse, being with a snake or being lonely? Honesty takes work, lying's easy, homie. Don't say you feel it.
What's going on, MBL Network? We are live, episode number 3, building the franchise Cincinnati Bengals, and we've been winning. 6-3, we've been killing it so far. We're trying to win the division. AFC North game today is going to be a very, very tough game. Got a lot of things going on. I'm going to tell these guys already up. It's going to be Baltimore Ravens at home taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. On the season, the Cincinnati Bengals are Cincinnati Bengals. As a matter of fact, we'll just put that on the screen right now. Our Cincinnati Bengals are 6-3. The Baltimore Ravens are 5-4. I'm going to tell these guys to ready up and get into the game so we can get this rocking and rolling. Appreciate you guys stopping by and joining us today. Hopefully we have a smooth stream, no issues, like we had yesterday on Commissioner Corner Podcast. I'll check the chat here in just a second. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Looks like we got Russ to Bust in the chat per usual. T Ports in the building. Draco, Jamie, Double A, T-Jax killing from the grid, Brad from the grid, and Draco, the guy that's ruining the Chicago Bulls in his 2K offline. Yeah, we know about it. We heard he done traded away the whole team. All right, let's get into the game. We're checking out the matchup today. 6-3 is our Cincinnati Bengals. Baltimore Ravens 5-4. We're 25th in points per game. We're averaging 25 points per game. 7th in the MBL. Let's go ahead and check out the recap so far on our squad, what it's been looking like. Bengals leading the AFC North right now, but this is a big win tonight. We got to defeat the Baltimore Ravens. Currently 5-4. They're the only ones in our way. The Browns have struggled. They're pretty much out of it. We saw the Steelers get their first win on MBL Live. So we're gonna find out right now if the Cincinnati Bengals are as good as we think they are. Head coach Marvin Lewis says it seems we are hitting our stride at the right time, securing wins against the Browns, Bears, and taking the reigning Super Bowl champion Detroit Lions down to the wire. That they did. That came down. I tell you what, I'm not just a believer in the Cincinnati Bengals because I'm doing the show. I just played the Cincinnati Bengals. They took me all the way down to the final seconds of the game. I blocked an extra point that made it a 4-point game instead of a 3-point game at the end. They held me to 4th down, but the wind was so bad, I went for it on 4th and 5, up 4. And I picked it up and closed the game out with about a minute. I think there was like a minute 50 left in the game. All right, he says we're hitting our stride. In a huge divisional matchup this week, it would be a huge mistake for us to look past this Ravens team. Going 0-6 in the division in season 35 was a slap in the face to this team, and coming on top in these divisional matchups was a major priority heading into MBL season 36, which they've done a phenomenal job. That big win against the Cleveland Browns recently. I mean, we'll go ahead and take a look at the schedule right now. Here's the wins they got so far. They lost to the Lions, obviously, but look, Browns, Bears, Browns. We said this was the toughest stretch of their season, and right now they're sitting 3-1, about to go 4-1, hopefully today with a big win. A big win potentially over these Baltimore Ravens. That's what we need to see. Let's get down to the game. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Yes, this is Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals, episode number 3, and we're getting down to the field. We're going to see who starts with the ball. We also have some great brand new transitions from Project Fat. Appreciate all the work he's been doing. 14 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals. I know this is the early show. DeReese in the building right now. Bots in the building. Fire Lewis is what he's saying. Lewis is actually balling this year, man. I still yet to get a playoff win this cycle. I believe he might have actually won one. I don't want to discredit him, so I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll let you know in just a second. It looks like they're going to start with the ball, so we'll take a look at the offense here. After this kick return, that's John, the boss, Ross, returning the kicks here down to the 5-10. Squeezing his way down as I do my Tony Romo impression down to the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at the offensive side of the ball here for our Cincinnati Bengals. John Ross, A.J. Green, and Billy Price are the captains. El Capitans of the team. Luke Poe, the starting rookie quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. And here's some fun fact for you. The Bengals front office told me personally, exclusively, that if they would have signed Matt Stafford this offseason, they were in a bidding war with the Carolina Panthers. Eventually, he went to Carolina to play a backup role. He had some injury issues in Green Bay last season, and he decided, you know what, I'm gonna take this backup role for a couple seasons. He went to Carolina instead of taking a starting job in Cincy, and that's what made them go after a quarterback in the draft. So I guess everything kind of is dictated by the free agency, but they wouldn't have got Luke Poe, who's been pretty phenomenal for this team thus far this season. You look at Luke Poe's ability to get the ball out quick. That's what's been the success of this Cincinnati Bengals offense. Here we go, 2nd and 11 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Big-time game. We talked about it earlier. We'll show the matchup on the screen in just a second. Here in a bit, dropping back, Luke Poe. Looky, right side, got a drag, finds his man, right on cue. John the boss, Ross, picks up a big one. Here's his stats on the season so far. He's 24 years old, 190 pounds, 35 receptions, 570 yards, 4 touchdowns in his 5th season here for the Cincinnati Bengals. John Ross is a player to watch tonight on Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals. Let me know how it looks and sounds, guys. As always, appreciate everybody stopping by. I see Gibbs in the building. Jamie, Rusta Busta, Porter already gave y'all a shout out. Double A, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by. And Z-Star. Here we go, dropping back. Pressure off the edge on the left side. Oh, nice pocket presence as Uzma is able to somehow hold on to that ball to pick up the first down. I mean, if you just look right there, the pocket presence, he starts right here, kind of drifts to the right side. He's got this tight end running across the field. He sets his feet right here, makes the throw. He takes the hit. The receiver takes the hit, the tight end, and he hangs on to the ball. He's been phenomenal offensively for the Cincinnati Bengals on the season. Uzma, that's his 34th catch, over 460 yards and 4 touchdowns. Luke Poe so far, many people are wondering about how good he's been. A 102 QBR, 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions for the 9th pick in the second round of the MBL Season 36 rookie draft. So those who say, hey, you can't find quarterbacks in the second round, here's the exception right there. And I'll even throw it on the screen for you. You can see it right there. Luke Poe, number 5, 6'6" from Wisconsin. He's got pretty good stats. I understand maybe 89 throw power isn't your thing. That can still go up a little bit, but short accuracy 88, 85 mid, and 78 deep for a second-round quarterback. Man, he's played phenomenal for the Cincinnati Bengals. They absolutely love him. Here we go, dropping back. All kinds of time. Shot over the middle of the field, looking for A.J. Green, deflected by the ball-hawking Baltimore Ravens defense, and Pouncey, a pivotal part of this offensive line. Looks like he might have been injured there, as that's the starting offensive line. We'll look at Billy Price, Ron Leary, Marquise Pouncey, Jack Mewert, and the rookie Anthony Daniels, which was the first-round pick, 9th overall for our Cincinnati Bengals. They have really just rebuilt this offensive line. For people out there that don't have a good offensive line, take notes, because the Cincinnati Bengals went from a horrendous offensive line to a very formidable line, protecting this quarterback very well. 2nd and 10 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Looks like we got an offsides here on, it's going to be neutral zone infraction on the defense, Michael Brockers. Oh, shoulder strain, will not be able to return is Marquise Pouncey. That's not good. What's going on, Darcy? Yeah, we're getting some buffering here from Twitch right now, but I'm sure it'll clear up here in just a second. Eric Stream always does this. Appreciate everybody stopping by right here. Offensive player of the watch, if you didn't see it earlier, it's going to be John Ross. Watch him here as we get in past the midfield. It's 2nd and 5 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. John Ross on the season, 4 touchdowns, 570 yards, and he's been balling as TJ Yeldon takes it up the middle of the field and picks up a first down, keeps the chains moving with the 12-yard rush. You got to watch Willis Hood. That's a player to watch also on the left side. You see it on the overlay done by Jamie. Appreciate Jamie doing that for us. Very fresh, very nice. Previous game, 34-30 loss versus Detroit. You see that on the left-hand side. Luke Poe, 105 passer rating, 15 for 23. Look good. His season goals was win 10 games. I think they're going to surpass that. At QBR over 100, they're doing it right now. Top 15 run offense. I think that is still something they can improve on as we can take a look at today's matchup. You see rush yards per game. They're 29th in the MBL. See, that I knew that was going to be an issue, so I set it high, and I said, okay, if they can get inside the top 15, just the front half of the league, I was going to feel a little bit more comfortable about it, but I haven't just yet because, you know, they're sitting at 29th, and I think that's going to hinder them as the season progresses, but I didn't expect Luke Poe to be as dominant as he's been. Hand off to the right side. Willis Hood, he takes it right up the middle, smart job. So this was just a little zone weak as he was supposed to take it to the right side right there, and he just kind of going off guard maybe right here, but he just turns it upfield right here. He breaks it right up off the center, and that was a nice job by Willis Hood. That's why they've loved this kid so much, and he's pretty much taken over the starting role here in Cincinnati. Left side, when in doubt, out route, finds his man A.J. Green, A.J. Verde to the 9-yard line there inside the 10 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Brad saying turn that aggressive off in the chat. Tight formation here. Dropping back, looking, cooking. Oh, he's going to step up, throw it on the run. Oh, and A.J. Green does a smart move and just comes back to the ball. He's just on a crossing route right here. You see him on this side. He comes across the field on a little shallow cross. His quarterback's in some trouble. He recognizes it, kind of breaks it off, and comes back to the ball and makes a play for his quarterback, and now it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5. Darcy in the chat saying nice out route. Yeah, it was. Willis Hood, right side trying to get in. These are two teams battling for this AFC North division. Bengals currently 6-3, while the Baltimore Ravens are 5-4. We got some big victories over the Bears and the Browns, and the Ravens have a big victory over the Detroit Lions. So these are two formidable teams here battling it out for the AFC North. Little fullback dive up the middle, fighting for touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals, and just like that, we're into the end zone, and salute. Number 43, the fullback, gets his first touchdown on the season, as we're going to take a commanding 7-0 lead pending this extra point. Kick is up. It's good. Now we're going to get to see Lamar Jackson and this very college-like offense, as some say. I didn't think it was too college-like. Utilizing Lamar Jackson in the best way he knows how, and that is getting outside the pocket and making plays happen. You can't blame him for that. That's what you're supposed to do with Lamar Jackson. Brad in the chat saying, big boy. Touchdown, double A. DeReese saying, great play call. Little fullback dive, little old school Madden. Shout out the problem right. That wasn't Gronkowski, though. That was Ortiz. And if you can tag everybody in the grid in MBL, let them know that we're live here on Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals. I would appreciate it. We get our first chance to take a look at this defense as a man in motion. That is Rob Gronkowski. To the left side, Leonard Fournette trying to get outside. He sheds one man, can't go anywhere else. Let's take a look at this defensive side of the ball for our Cincinnati Bengals. Jordan Wilson, Carl Lawson, and Geno Atkins up front alongside Julian Sensabaugh. That's the 4 down linemen for the Cincinnati Bengals. Keep an eye on Willis and Lawson. Outside linebacker Malik Jefferson. Outside linebacker Demario Davis. Middle linebacker Donald Payne, and in the 4-3. Cornerback William Jackson, Lindsey Garner. Free safety Jesse Bates, Capitan of the defense, and strong safety A.J. Robinson. Here goes Lamar Jackson. Lots of time, but they're closing in on him, making a play. He tries to throw across his body. That was tuned this game. They might have just let him throw that. I don't think he was throwing that down the field. Nice pass rush there by Carl Lawson. Let's take a look at Carl Lawson's stats so far this season. 10 tackles for losses, 23 total solo tackles, 8.5 sacks, a forced fumble. How great has Carl Lawson been for the Cincinnati Bengals? At 26 years young, he's been straight up balling for this team. Watch him and Willis on the defensive end positions. They can make a lot of plays and get pressure to Lamar Jackson, and also contain him from getting outside of the pocket. What's up, Crins? What's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, little dot on the right side. Okay, Lamar making plays. Golden Tate makes the catch, but it looks like he could be hurt. Golden Tate, here's a fun fact for you. Golden Tate this season in the MBL, and you can check this out at MaddenBomberLeague.com. He's making over 19.5. This season, he's on the last year of his deal. Why he wasn't released in the offseason, I don't know. He's 33 years old. And the Baltimore Ravens are paying him. There's a dangerous throw right there. There's that option, and somehow they read that as a pass. And it's a dead ball. I guess he was behind the line of scrimmage. I guess the shovel is a pass. That's going to be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 here for the Baltimore Ravens. Z-Star was just in the chat gassing up Lamar Jackson, showing off the gun. It's just a mental error there from the newly re-signed 4th-year player here. Lamar Jackson dropping back, looking, underneath, finds his man, stares and stands for a while, but it's okay. They're going to drag him forward for about 8. Lamar Jackson 2 for 4, 27 yards, and they're getting a little lucky right here. Guys, if you want to catch all the MBL content, I'll turn that down a little bit. It is a little loud. Go to twitch.tv/MBL Network. Check us out and don't miss any of the action. We got super shows, MBL Live, bonus coverage going to be taking us all the way to the playoffs here. And let's see Lamar Jackson on 3rd and 3. Underneath, picks it up, and just possession catches it with his tight end number 81. And that's his 2nd catch on the day. He's going to pick up the 1st down. You look at Hurst right there, and you think, okay, what is he going to do? Run for the sticks. Where was the hard flat? It was obviously man coverage. But I would have been playing those receivers really underneath, forcing Lamar Jackson to take a shot over the top, knowing you got cover 2 help down the field. Shotgun formation. Handoff, Leonard Fournette to the right side, trying to get going. Nowhere to go. 2 rushes, 1 yard for Leonard Fournette. That's a tackle by Geno Atkins. Governor asking when Brown's suspension is up. I think he's got 3 more games, maybe 2. Because remember, the game... Oh, that's a pickoff right there! And there's Robinson, Patrick Robinson, former New Orleans Saints, got a big 6 of, and our Cincinnati Bengals are dancing tonight in Baltimore. Oh, just dab on them. Okay. 6-3 Cincinnati Bengals trying to find their way in this division, making things happen as Twitter is buffering again here for no frame drops on Maya. Today's matchup today, you got the first in the AFC North, Cincinnati Bengals. Second in the AFC North, Baltimore Ravens. This is what you call a cushion game, because they're trying to get cushion from this game. The extra point is up and good. You didn't miss anything there. Ah, what a game. What a game so far for the Cincinnati Bengals. They're already up 14-0.
That's when I decided I'ma walk up. Macchiato in my hand, fresh cup. Yeah, sit down right beside her.
Nothing's easy here on Twitch. Appreciate everybody stopping by and checking us out. As we're back to the action here, we're going to get to see the defensive side of the ball again. So I'll pull that up in case you missed it the first time. After this kick return here, they're going to take it out the end zone. No, they're going to take a knee. Let's take a look at the defense here for the Baltimore Ravens. The Cincinnati Bengals. You got Jordan Wilson, Carl Lawson, Geno Atkins, Julian Sensabaugh. This is a 4-3 running team. They've been playing pretty great so far. I already see a pick 6. The offense drove down the field and scored, and now the pick 6 defensively for the Cincinnati Bengals. William Jackson, Jesse Bates, Geno Atkins are the El Capitans for this defensive side of the ball. Let's see if we can get it rocking and rolling here. Strong formation for Lamar Action Jackson. Play action. Hold on to it. Here comes the pressure. Barely gets rid of it, and they almost baited him right into another interception throw. So right here, he's just running a little play action with the predetermined boot. As you see, the green right there is an auto boot to the outside. We get edge pressure, and we're able to contain Lamar Jackson on the outside. He just gets outside right here. We got pressure coming right here. And it forces him to throw into a block and release in the backfield, in which we're sitting right underneath. I love what I see so far from the Cincinnati Bengals as they are able to move the chains. Baltimore, that is, with the little out route on the left side, picking up the first down. Nate Logan is back for the Baltimore Ravens. He was their highly coveted rookie wide receiver, the speedster. I believe he was the 12th pick in the MBL Season 36 rookie draft. Jamie saying, fix your net, Eric. Yeah, his net always goes out about 2 or 3 times a game. This time it's doing it in the first half, so hopefully no issues moving forward. But yes, we are getting some buffering. Counter, weak motion to the left side is going to be 2nd and 10 for the Ravens. That's my problem with the Baltimore Ravens. I love what they've done so far this season, but you really have to look at this team and think to yourself, okay, why are we so consistent on running the ball on first down? To me, it just really doesn't make any sense. He's got all kinds of time to take off running. He does 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. This is what he does so dangerously. Lamar Jackson, and he takes a hit. I don't like that. 34-yard gain there for Lamar Jackson. He just gets outside, and he's able to make a decision that's just, you know, he's just sitting out here. Everybody's down the field. You got to go route over here. You got to go route over here. And you got a route that went across the field, so everybody's cleared out. This whole side of the field is wide open for Lamar Jackson as he takes advantage of that. Well, here comes the hard flats. Expect another run on first down here for the Ravens. It is counted to the left side. Can't pick up. It's just becoming really obvious. This team is a first down running team, and the Cincinnati Bengals are starting to pick up on it. Russell Bus in the chat saying this might get ugly. I agree up until the point where Lamar Jackson got outside, and now he just kind of takes some pressure off this offense that seemed to be struggling, because you know, if everything goes well, they at least come away with points here. Watch the man in motion. He's coming on the drag. He's open. He hits him. The user couldn't get across. He got jammed up. Lamar Jackson 5 for 9, 52 yards and a pick. And right there, you see what happened. You send a man in motion on a little F trail, gets upfield, and we got our man Eric G's all over this. He's sitting right here in man coverage. He's watching. He's moving. And then he just gets caught in all this muck because you got a corner route right here. He gets caught up after the ball's hiked, and he can't get across the field, kind of loses a step right at the hike of the ball. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2. Biggest third down of the game here for the Baltimore Ravens as they're inside the red zone. This team ranks 17th inside the red zone in the MBL. Cincinnati Bengals red zone defense ranks 11th. Dropping back. Oh, it's just a keeper for Lamar Jackson. I don't think he got it. I'm telling you, this defense for the Cincinnati Bengals, if anything, they are fast. They can get to the quarterback. Let's take a look at this defense so far. I mean, you look at Jordan Willis, Carl Lawson. Those are 2 tremendous defensive ends. Outside linebacker Malik Jefferson. The kick is up. It's good for those wanting to watch field goal kicks. Demario Davis, Donald Payne. But I think the corners also put a lot of pressure to keep the running game inside. William Jackson and Lindsey Garner do a phenomenal job of keeping contained inside. And then the safety, A.J. Robinson, we saw him with a pick 6 earlier in this game. He's making plays as well. Here comes the Cincinnati Bengals, 14-3. They're up in the second quarter, 3:50 left. Don't sleep on the Ravens just because they're down right now. You never know. This team does have that little comeback gene in them. They can really make some plays at the end of the games, and especially the way that they play. They're such a big shot-heavy offense with a gunning quarterback like Lamar Jackson. I would never take him for granted. Watch the crossing route coming across the screen. This RB right here. He's waiting on him. Finds him. Left side, open, spinning and winning. Trey McBride, he's the slot receiver for this team. Got wide open across the field. Little play action slot cross. The slot gets across the field. You got out the backfield. You have the halfback kind of holding this cover 2 light blue right there. The yellow's sitting about right here. He finds a nice sweet spot as the post holds his safety deep down the field. It's just wide open. He gets over top of the linebacker. Across the field, nice pitch and catch there for Luke Pope. Bengals 6-4, Ravens 5-4. Dropping back, all kinds of time, waiting and debating. Now that time runs out because he got outside of the pocket. He didn't have to get outside of the pocket there. I mean, he had a nice pocket in here. He's sitting right here. Everything's fine. Then he bounces out of the pocket and he just loses the angle. Defense able to pursue him on the outside. He's got to throw that one away. 2nd and 10. That's just the rookie mistakes there for Luke Poe. I'm telling you, over a 100 QBR. Last week against the Lions, he went 15-23 with a 105 QBR in that loss. But man, this team was sitting at 6-2 going into that game. Man, very impressive. I had them what was my prediction for the Cincinnati Bengals? 11-5? I think I said 11-5. I'll take a look at their schedule in just a second. Here we go. Looking, rolling to the outside. Oh, is that John Ross? He's going to take the shot. Oh, just slightly. Somehow he overthrows John Ross. And Ross on the season, 35 catches, 570 yards, 16.3 yards per catch, 4 touchdowns in his 5th season out of Washington. The 24-year-old is 24 years young, and he's still got the speed for days on the Cincinnati Bengals team. I think A.J. Green, 33 years old right now. He's sitting at 86, 87 speed. He's still getting it done for this team, too, so he's been pretty phenomenal. T-Ports, what's going on your way home back from work? Appreciate you checking us out. Another offsides there for the Baltimore Ravens. Going to be another 5 given to this Cincinnati Bengals offensive, and you don't want to give up too many yards. It just seems like the Ravens been a little jumpy early to start this game. The old double-A rollout effect is killing him. He's got to set his feet. That's just overthrow. I'm okay with that pass, actually. I mean, that was pretty much the only thing he had there. Take a shot down the field. Pretty safe throw there for Luke Poe. Looking. Oh, takes a shot to A. Uzma can't hold on to it. It's going to be field goal unit time. The Baltimore Ravens going to have an opportunity to cut this down to a 1-score game. And don't count them out on this field goal block as well. You got 1 mile per hour wind. That's it to the right side. Kick is up. It's good. The Cincinnati Bengals extend their 11-point lead back to 14. And the Baltimore Ravens got some work to do here in this Week 11 matchup on the MBL Network. Power rankings just came out, too. I want to make sure I put those out because I don't want to miss out on any of that. We'll show it in just a second once this kick return ends because 82, he looked like he had all kinds of time to get down the field. Let's take a look at the power rankings where our Cincinnati Bengals rank. As you can see it on the screen right now, the Bengals are sitting at 7. We got them right here. If you missed them, I'll go ahead and high on. That's a +9. As you can see it right there, +9. It's written very nicely to the right. If your team moved up, went down, +9 for our Cincinnati Bengals. I like it. I like it a lot. We're into the top 10. We're 7. I think it's debatable if we're better than the Dolphins right now. Chiefs, I think we're one of the hottest teams in the AFC. So I want to sleep on our team power rankings. We'll put that back up in a second. Little wide receiver quick to the left side. Oh, no spin there for number 11. That's Brashad Perryman, 1 carry, 2 yards. Just a quick little handoff to the outside. But I said our defense is fast as Demaro Davis making a nice tackle in open field right there. Outside linebacker Malik Jefferson, Carl Lawson. We got some beasts on the edge in Cincinnati. That's what's really allowed this team to keep everybody contained and going inside in the running attack. It's what's made them successful this season defensively. And out to the right side, spinning and winning is Leonard Fournette. Down to the 39-yard line. So that time was a run on second down. Kind of caught the defense offside. 3rd and 3 for our Cincinnati Bengals. Now we're going to go ahead and put the game recap up if we can get a 3 and out here. Talk about some storylines around our team right now. Been a fairly healthy team so far in MBL Season 36. Darce Knight says, Seahawks beat the Jags and move down 6. Jags stay at 9. Yeah, but you played the game, so you know the Jags game, how it ended, right? I think that was done before that game even finished, to be honest. I think it was done the night before. Put the power rankings back up there. Let's check that out. The Seattle Seahawks, unhappy with where they're at. Let's see, they're at 17. They went down 6. They're unhappy. Jacksonville Jaguars at 9, which might be too high for the Jaguars. Maybe I'd put the Saints over the Jags in that area. And the Chargers, obviously, they're kind of falling right now rather than staying where they're at. Panthers are surging. Bucks are surging. Rams are kind of dropping off. Texans, man, so up and down with Houston. I don't know about them. But Seattle, I thought Seattle wasn't playing well. Let's check out Seattle Seahawks record on the day. We'll turn this into Seattle Seahawks 5 minutes of Seattle. Yeah, the NFC West strength of schedule is trash. Seattle's 5-5. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 5-4. And the Jaguars lost to the Seahawks in overtime. They were inside the 10. They threw a pick 6. Run to the outside. Willis Hood going to get down to the 40. Yeah, Eric G is the one that actually did the ratings, which I know that he did it before that game took place. The night before, I think that's where it came from. Yeah, and Double A's correct. Seahawks point differential in some of the games where they played some higher-ranked teams was pretty pathetic. It was some big-time blowouts. Well, let's not turn into the Seattle Seahawk hour. Everybody wants to be one. Oh, bad. I don't like the decision right there for Luke Poe. You just got to get rid of the ball or just take the sack. You never want to be caught in the animation where you're throwing the ball, you get hit, and the ball pops up. It could be a fumble. Right there, they get a little lucky. They consider it a pass. That's just not the right time to do that. Don't miss any of the upcoming action. Go to twitch.tv/MBL Network. Give us that follow button. Hit it one time just for us. Twitch.tv/MBL Network. Super Show MBL Live resumes the playoffs for MBL Season 36. Until then, we'll be covered on bonus coverage. I'll be doing those games. Twitch.tv/MBL Network. Appreciate the 20 viewers watching Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals live here on our YouTube channel. Exclusive content on the MBL Network. Jamie in the chat saying Hood's too slow. Hood isn't fast. I believe he's 87, 88 speed with 88 acceleration. He does have really good elusiveness. He's got one hell of a spin move. But don't they all, Jamie? Doesn't everybody have that? Who does it? Watch John Ross on the post on the right side. Looking. Right side. Got a shot over the top. Don't say I'm Romo. Don't say I'm Romo. 15-10. He's too fast. Hit it on him. John Ross, the boss. 5'11", $190. In the end zone is where you can find me. 35 catches, 570 yards. That's going up, up, up. That's his 5th touchdown on the season. The 5-year superstar. I called you on the post. You can't press him up. You can't disrespect John Ross like that. It just can't happen. That's just a bad pass. The Madden Bradley. That'll be interesting. Is it truckers only or what? You don't have to be lonely at truckersonly.com. Brad be on that site. That site don't exist yet, but I guarantee when it does, Brad's going to have some kind of influence on that one. Shout out to Brad. Respect. Hurst. No, that's not Hurst. That's number 82 down to the 20. It looks like we got a flag, probably a block in the back. It is against Patrick Ricard, number 42, bringing it back to the 13-yard line. Cougs from the MBL. He needs to get something going. Yeah, he does. If only he played like that in real life is what Cringe says. Yeah, I mean, John Ross has been kind of I think he's been better than Tavon Austin. I mean, it just looks like he just looks a little bit better at times, but he's been hurt so much, and I don't know. Who cares about Bengals football in real life, right? Right, Eric? Eric G is actually a big-time Cincinnati Bengals fan. Let's take a look at the recap real quick while we got a second. 52 seconds left in the second quarter, 2nd and 14. Contain Jackson. I think check. They've done that today, hitting our stride. Yeah, I think the Bengals are hitting their stride right now. This is a big win. This would improve them to 7-3, and the Ravens would fall to 5-5, which I think is a huge drop-off for this team. Handoff, counter, no, play action, in the end zone, down, the ball's out. Oh, that could have been a fumble. Lamar Jackson once again bailed out, trying to run a play action deep cross. I'm telling you, this team likes to take shots down the field, and if you don't continuously send the pressure off the edge or send some kind of cover zero and you get more guys blitzing than they have blockers and you can get pressure, Lamar Jackson's going to get too much time. He's going to beat you deep down the field. 3rd and 14. They're not worried about it at all. Down they go. Lawson with the sack. Give it to him. Carl Lawson making plays. That's his 9.5 sack on the season. He just gets off the edge too quick right there, and there's nothing that can be done. This is turning into a blowout quick 24-3 Cincinnati Bengals. Dominate. And John the Boss Ross got the ball down to the 40, 45, 50, leans forward, 20 seconds left. How aggressive do they get? I don't know. Maybe a little bit, try to get in the field goal range here. The wind is, I think, 1 mile per hour northeast. Now for the Cincinnati Bengals, let's see if that can pay some dividends for them. Double A in the chat saying 7 yards, 7 rushes for 1 yard. Yuck. Yeah, I think Double A's tired of seeing those kind of numbers. He does that enough on his own team. He doesn't need to see it here on the BTF stream. But we're all rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals, so we're on the flip side of that. Underneath, AJ Green, they're calling that a fumble. That's got to be reviewed and coming back. No, I'm not going to stand for that with my Bengals. That can't happen. I'm going to call Roger right now. After he's done reviewing the Saints thing, maybe he can take a look at this, and it's already overturned. Never mind, Roger, you're good. Hey, don't worry about the Saints thing. We're not worried about that anymore. Go Pats. Yeah, well, the Patriots will take care of the Rams anyways. Darce in the chat saying you can take another shot with Ross right now, to be honest. 12 seconds left. They got a timeout. You know what, Darce, I'm thinking maybe we just get in field goal range. You go up 27-3. That's 24-point lead. 4-score game. Not many people can withstand that. Now, 24-3. If Baltimore was to score quickly, it's 24-10. It can really easily start flipping the momentum and get them right back in this game. But once you go up 3 scores, that's really tough to overcome, especially in 6-minute quarters. No accelerated clock. They're flipping it to the left side. They're going to play it real conservative here with the run to Willis Hood. Let's see if he can get outside here. He's looking. Got a blocker. Stays inside. Doesn't know what to do. I mean, right there, he should have probed and then just probably bounced it outside. Instead, he kind of just probed and then just stayed inside and just didn't pick up anything. 3rd and 5. They're going to let the clock run down all the way. No, they burned a timeout. And then here might be your shot. Darce Knight was saying a shot to John Ross might be the play here for the Cincinnati Bengals. John Ross has been balling this season. He's become their #1 target. Let's get that off the screen. Here we go. 1 mile per hour wind. Excuse me, it's against them a little bit. Kick is up. It's no good. Just a little short. 24-3. Okay, the Baltimore Ravens are still in this game. 19 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals. In an early game, obviously before a lot of people got off work. It's 4:48 Eastern Standard Time, 3:48 Central Standard Time in Canada and California. You can do your own math. Here goes a return, number 82. Up the middle, just straight runs right into a wall. Hey, there's a wall there. Number 57 says, Tiger Woods, give me that. This is what we came into today. This was the matchup on the screen. 6-3 Cincinnati Bengals. Passing yards per game, they were 9th in the MBL, 29th rushing. And believe it or not, the Ravens obviously 4th rushing in the league. You go, but Leonard Fournette hasn't looked that good. Well, it's been Lamar Jackson's show. That's what really pushes them over the top. They get 30-40 from the rushing attack. Then they get a little bit. Oh, that's a dangerous throw. Almost picked off there as Lamar Jackson, 5 for 11, 52 yards. It almost got picked off, and then at the same time, it almost ended up being a big play because I didn't know if the safety whiffed there. Just takes a shot right over. You got cover 3. You got a guy here and a guy playing here, and then obviously over here you got 3 high. He throws right into the middle 3rd zone, and it just seemed like the safety made a jump on the ball but didn't really track the ball too well. It could have been dangerous if you're a Bengals fan. Here comes the pressure again. Dangerous pass, picked off. Got us in the heat. That's what they're doing. Malik Jefferson making plays on the defensive side of the ball here. Well, the Cincinnati Bengals, Malik Jefferson. starting outside linebacker for our 4-3 Cincinnati Bengals, and he's been balling so far this season. I tell you, you got to watch out for him. And Demario Davis have been great. Jordan Willis has been phenomenal up front with Carl Lawson. There's just been so much positives on this defensive side of the ball for the Cincinnati Bengals. Here we go, looking. It's got A open. Finds him on a little slant. Nice adjustment there. CJ Uzomah is going to pick up first down. Agent Rico in the building. Shout out to him. Always purchasing MBL merchandise. Showing it off in the chat. Appreciate the support. And he's a Tier 2 subscriber to our Twitch channel, which I'll show the Twitch where you can go, twitch.tv/MBL Network. Hit that follow button, show us some love, and you'll be notified every time we go live. Dropping back, looking and cooking. Right side, underneath, finds his man. Trey McBride, we saw him earlier on a little slot cross right there. Just a little drag play, spinning and winning, nearly picking up the first down. It's going to be 2nd and inches for the Cincinnati Bengals. Double A in the chat saying, good night, Baltimore. I guess he's given up on the Baltimore Ravens' chances already. I mean, it's looking gloom and doom here for the Baltimore Ravens. Don't forget, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday, BTF is back again. Willis Hood in the end zone touchdown. We just raining points on him. And I'll tell you what, people were calling for Marvin Lewis maybe to get fired last season. They finished 5-11 in NBL season 35. They stuck with Marvin like they do in real life. Somehow, he's still employed. And guess what? Now they're sitting real nice, about to improve to 7-3, and the schedule gets a little bit easier after this as well. This was the rough part of the schedule. I mean, let's take a look at it. Let's be honest here. This is what we really were said was a tough part of the schedule here. I put halfway through the Ravens because you never know what you're going to get with them. So we can put a half over here too. But man, next is Steelers, Chargers, Vikings. I feel like he'll go 2-1 at worst there, maybe 3-0. Then he's got the Ravens, Bills, Steelers, which I think that's a 2-1 at worst for them as well. I just feel like this team might, they might go 12-4. They might even go 13-3. That's how good the Cincinnati Bengals team has been playing. I mean, look at the score, 31-3 over the Baltimore Ravens. Cougs from MBL, he's really got to figure it out here, and he's going straight to his bread and butter Wildcat right here. Let's see if it works out for him. Man in motion is coming, yes. Gets to the outside, and Leonard Fournette trying to pick up a few. 8 carries for 3 yards, double A. Say it again, just yuck. That is just not good efficiency at the halfback position. Leonard Fournette has had a pretty decent season, but had his fair share of ups and downs. Another one of those Jacksonville Jaguar players that has blessed one of our teams so far. It seems like the Jaguars have been phenomenal at releasing players and letting the rest of the league get the taste on some of those goodies they got. A.J. Boye is playing for New England. He's straight balling out right now. They're one of the top teams in the AFC, if not the top team. Great user defense right there as he knew Lamar Jackson was injured to get up, and the user makes a play. I love what I see right there. So you got a little drag coming across the field. I don't know why my whiteboard keeps doing that to me, though. All right, so you got a drag coming across the field right here. And the user picks him up, and he's just on him. But at this point, he just kind of gives Lamar Jackson a look like, hey, I know you're going to run here. He slowed down and said, hey, if you run, I'm coming after you. Continues to run with this guy, and then gets to about this point. Lamar Jackson says, I'm going to go ahead and run. And pretty much the user makes a play. Great job by Eric G right there. Dangerous throw to the outside. That's picked off. Another quick throw to the flat on 3rd and 4. Hard flattened. 2 interceptions on the day for our man, A.J. Robinson. That's our strong safety for the Cincinnati Bengals. You see him there at the bottom. This defense. All right, this was a statement game. This Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune right back into this channel. We're going to have some more Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals episode. That's right, 2 episodes in 1 week this Sunday. That's January 27th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. We'll have the very next week, which will be Week 12 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hand up the middle, Alex Collins. He's got a lot of touchdowns this year. He wants some more. Former Baltimore Raven, 2 carries, 19 yards. What's going on, Zach Collins in the building? JB, Ric Flair, Agent Rico, what's going on? Appreciate you guys. The governor. Wow, this got ugly. Yeah, man. It got as ugly as that guy's shoes you was posting in chat. You know, the ones that were melted. The rubber was melted from like 1993. I don't even know what that was. Hood would spin it and win it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's a Bengals party tonight, and that's a home run for Willis Hood. And just like that, the Cincinnati Bengals say, hey, come take some more of this whipping. They basically beat him up early, beat him up in the middle, and they're beating him up late. And we still got a quarter and 3 minutes left. I mean, what a phenomenal performance. This might be the most dominating performance I've ever seen on a Building the Franchise this Madden 19 cycle. The teams we have actually covered so far, the Cowboys, the Colts, the Redskins, and now the Bengals, all of them have had winning records. And I really could say all of them have had even playoff success. But, you know, the Washington Redskins didn't really have that as they didn't make the playoffs. But they had their best record of the cycle. So we've had a lot of winning here in BTF. But I've never seen a victory like this in a divisional game be so dominant. It's about to get boring. Z-Star in the chat saying Z Collins is Dubers. Oh, man, that weirdo. He's here. Shout out to Dubes. He joined the chat once. He jumped in there. He saw his buddy was in there, Adam Sklamberg. And Sklam didn't say nothing at first, so then I just started calling him out, and he just left because he got nervous. That's what he said, Z. Shotgun formation here for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson in the backfield. Passing attack. Looking. Rolling out. Here comes Gino. Here comes the big man. Get him. Oh, they whipped twice. Stream buffs. I don't know what happened, and Lamar Jackson leaks out of there for 55 yards on 4 rushes. That was obviously about a, what, 10, 15-yard gain down to the 43. Alex in the chat, a.k.a. the cartoon guy. I know that name. Brad in the chat saying, Dube scares me. Pressure, down goes Lamar Jackson. I'm telling you, if Lamar Jackson does not get out of the pocket early, so he got this little pocket right here. If he doesn't get out of the pocket early, he's going to be sacked. I mean, it just seems like it's happening every single time for him. He tries to play inside the pocket and tries to make plays, and it just doesn't work out for him. So we got to pause here as the Baltimore Ravens might be taking out Lamar Jackson. Maybe we should play some music. If this was Twitch, I'd be probably playing music this entire time, to be honest with you. It's one of those games. 2nd and 17 here for the Baltimore Ravens, down 38-3. Nothing really to prove here. They're going to fall to 5-5 at the end of this game, and our Cincinnati Bengals are going to be 7-3. Now, where does that put us in the grand scheme of things? I'm going to go take a look at daddyleagues.com. If you have a league right now, you don't have daddyleagues.com, I got to ask you, what are you doing? A little swing pass to Brashad Perryman, but of course, Lamar Jackson has just now dumbed the offense down. It's very basic right now. They're going to keep it simple the rest of the way. Garner 5 tackles on the game, and none smarter than that one. Maybe equally as smart. That was just a nice play, jumping that little screen play on the left side. Dubes in the chat saying, put me on the mic, you won't be disappointed. Well, we don't want to lose future sponsorship potential. Down goes Lamar Jackson. This punt unit time. Punt unit time here for the Baltimore Ravens, because nothing's going well right now. 38-3. What happened? I promise it was 14-3 and the Ravens had the ball at one point. Since then, they've been outscored 24-0. Maybe even more than that. Maybe it's actually been 31-0 because it was maybe 7-3. The greatest thing that's happened for the Ravens all game is the punt right there that pins them at the 2-yard line. If you're not following, what are you doing? Don't miss any of the action. Upcoming Super Show events. 2 games on the screen at one time. MBL Live Super Show. You're going to see OSU's pretty little mug there. Running some face cam. Also, we had a big announcement from OSU. Well, we announced it on the channel. We will be putting it on Twitch when we're allowed to. OSU is going to be calling some games at the Madden Championship Series this upcoming end of the month show. Not this weekend, but next. You're going to see him on the EA Madden NFL Twitch channel, and maybe in some more places as well. You know, he does a phenomenal job here for the MBL Network. Now he's going to take his talents to EA as well, but don't worry, he's still going to be in the NBL. Still going to be doing his thing for the MBL Network. But, man, what an exciting time for the MBL. One of our own is going to be on there. You're going to see his name. It's going to say Nick Mazesco. The Twitter handle is going to say @MBL Network. I mean, how great is that going to be for the brand? You know, Pat McAfee always talks about the brand. What about our brand? It's going to be pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, we got to talk about something. It's 3rd and 6. They're on the 6-yard line. Cincinnati Bengals. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a John Ross time right now. I mean, maybe just a little John Ross. I don't know. Maybe. Something. Maybe. High formation. This is a pass play. Looking. Angle route underneath. Finds his man. Can't hold on to it. Big time hit there for C.J. Mosley. Still balling for the Baltimore Ravens. I see a C.J. number 57 trapped in the system. They're actually winning this year. So maybe he isn't so trapped in that Ravens defensive which was been non-existent up until this year, but they've had some pretty good games so far. So maybe they're starting to find their way. C.J. Mosley, obviously an aging linebacker now for the Baltimore Ravens. 22 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to start talking to the chat now. Put your comments in there, whatever you want to talk about. We'll be talking to the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals at the end of this game. He is going to be running out. He's got a family thing to go to, so it's going to be on the run. Quick little chit-chat before the game's over. Double A saying 6 completions and 3 interceptions. Well, now 7 completions. Leonard Fournette upfield. Oh, he's looking to get into the end zone. Just kind of, I guess the wheels kind of fall off right there. The real player motion. You got a big boy like that. He gets outside. He gets upfield. He starts swerving like this. Next thing you know, he's here. He's trying to turn upfield. He just can't. Finds his way out of bounds. Probably should have been a touchdown if he didn't turbo so much. Got to be great for Madden to show MBL love. Absolutely, man. EA is always constantly doing that. We've been around for 5 years, so we really appreciate it. Down goes Lamar Jackson, another sack. Geno Atkins, El Capitan of the defense, making another play. How great has this defense been? I mean, you tell me one guy on this defensive squad that you haven't heard from. I'll tell you one. Julian Sensabaugh. I don't really see much from him. They do run a 4-3 multiple, so you'll see a 3-4 where it'll be Geno Atkins, Carl Lawson, and Jordan Willis in there with 4 linebackers. But, man, Malik Jefferson, Demario Davis, Donald Payne, Jordan Willis, Carl Lawson, Geno Atkins. We've seen A.J. Robinson with 2 picks already. I mean, this team just DIA. They do it all. And speaking of that, here comes Lawson trying to make a play in the backfield. And that's a tough thing to do is tackle Lamar Jackson, but he gets to him. It's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Baltimore Ravens. Rest of Buzz in the chat saying OSU's going to kill it. Yeah, he is. It's great for both sides. OSU will bring a lot of great commentating into EA. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I think he does a phenomenal job. You know, the first time we had OSU on a broadcast, I remember Lip messaged me. Ball's out, of course. Fumble picked up by this defense. Geno Atkins does it again. Carl Lawson creates the fumble. Geno Atkins scoops it up. Man, this defense is just too good. This defense is just playing at a different level right now. These are some real competitors for the AFC. But back to my story. The first time OSU was actually on a broadcast, he got on a broadcast, I believe, with Project Fat, and he was doing color commentary. He wasn't even doing the play-by-play. No face cam, nothing. It was way before any of that. As you know, we've had 268 broadcasts, so imagine that. There was one time where it was very archaic and didn't look too great. Now that we look back, it's almost kind of funny to look at. But Lip called me, and he was like, hey, you watching this live? I said, yeah. And he goes, man, I didn't know OSU, like, we didn't know much about OSU at the time at all. And we're like, he's really good. And we're like, yeah, he is, like, really good. And then ever since then, it just kind of blew up, and he just continued to do more and more. He became the assistant network director, then the network director, and he's been doing that for over a year, nearly 2 years now. So it's been a phenomenal journey so far for OSU. Good to see him getting an opportunity in the real world to showcase his talents. Not saying this isn't the real world, but it is kind of fake. It's not the realest of the real. It's our virtual, full immersive world. What's going on, Cringe? Appreciate you stopping by. Jamie says OSU the GOAT. Willis Hood to the outside, picking up 10 rushes for 69 yards, 2 touchdowns for Willis Hood. If you got him on your fantasy team, you're going to be looking good this week. Oh, wait. I do have him on my fantasy team. Yes, an injury to TJ Yeldon. I used my injury swap, brought in Willis Hood. I heard he was going to be the starter because I run this show, and I just know who the starters are going to be. And it kind of got me upbeat on this Cincinnati Bengals team, and Willis Hood has been phenomenal. Now watch him get injured right here. Watch this. Don't take him out, Madden. Don't do it to me. All right, cool. All right, we're in the clear. You know, you never want to say too much positive things about somebody, especially someone you need to put up points, because I am the reigning fantasy football champion in the MBL. Even though I'm struggling right now, I'm in the bottom half. I think I'm in the bottom 4th of the league. I have to just bounce back because I'm a comeback guy. That's what I do. I got to come back. We'll see if it happens. Cleric for Christ in the chat saying kind of fake, but still kind of real. It's somewhere in there, man. It's as real as it's as fake as real can be fake. How about that one? Let's twist it all up. Dar's in the chat saying it's real to me, dang it. That sounds like something Draco would say. Yeah. we're more road rules rather than real world. I actually like road rules better than I like the real world. Real world. Gosh, Lee. Road rules, real world. Now that's a little bit of a tongue twister right there. Brad wonders if OSU goes crazy from all the same play calls. I don't think so, man. I don't think that really bothers them. I mean, everybody plays a different style. We prefer to play the game a different way than most people. It ain't for everybody, but you got to respect where everybody comes from to play the game. These guys are playing for money. They're playing to win, and winning being the only reason for picking up the sticks. So you have to understand that that's the reason why they're playing. So they're going to have to do what they have to do and put themselves in the best position to win. You got to respect that. At the end of the day, that's what they're playing it for. What we're playing it for, something completely different. It's a pretty much a selfless thing over here where we're just trying to play the game as deep as we can play it and play a broader stroke of the game where we're going deeper into the game, which makes it more enjoyable for us. Well, at least for the people that enjoy playing it this way. Like I said, preface it with not for everybody. Bengals continuing to put points up, even though that's going to get blocked. A blocked field goal. They would have went up 41-3. The Baltimore Ravens on a comeback trail right now. Nah, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Coming into this game, we talked about keys to victory. Marvin Lewis talked about it. Going 0-6 in the division in MBL Season 35 was a slap in the face to this team. And coming out on top in these divisional matchups was a major priority heading into Season 36. Now, how do you think they're doing right now, guys? That was their main focus. We have to win divisional games. They had a big win against the Browns before the Browns were suspended, mind you. The Browns lost 3 games before they ever got suspended. They were not playing too well. And one of them was the Cincinnati Bengals team who scored in the final minute and a half to win that game. This team is the real deal. We have to stop sleeping on the Cincinnati Bengals because their success right now is something to really be admired. It's astonishing to see a team go from 5-11 to look as dominant and competitive as they've looked in the very next season. As Lamar Jackson goes down again, they continue to send pressure. This time, Demario Davis, middle linebacker here, outside linebacker, excuse me, for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's another sack. Larry for Christ in the chat asking, why do BTF teams have positive schedules and perform better? What do you mean by positive schedules? To the right side. Oh, Payne holds on to that one. That's Gronkowski, excuse me, making a catch, finally doing something. The amount of money, they're paying Rob Gronkowski in Baltimore $14 million. They're paying Golden Tate nearly $20. That's $34 million being locked up into 2 receivers essentially that aren't really producing much for this team. You got to have some head-scratching moments here if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan wondering why we're spending so much cap on players that are really past their prime and not producing for us. I think that building the franchise teams perform better. I really haven't even given any thought, to be honest. I can't even, I was going to just BS an answer there. I can't even do it because really the Redskins, it seemed like they were playing better. He was getting better as a user, and his team was very primed. Yeah, he had receivers that were 28, 29 years old. They were the best that they're going to be, and they had gotten better. You know, they hadn't hit any regression yet either. I think a lot of his team was like that, including Jordan Reed as well with the Redskins, and it was just kind of a perfect storm for them. I think they played easier divisions. And, well, I can't even, yeah, and they played the AFC North when it was really only the Browns. The Ravens and the Bengals were struggling. I think if they played that schedule now, it'd be a little tougher for the Washington Redskins. But I think the Redskins team has regressed, and he stayed with the same personnel. I think that's what's hurting him right now. The Indianapolis Colts had a great run. They've hit some struggles right now, especially ever since bringing in Russell Wilson. They've really just struggled offensively. They seem to be getting some wins now, so maybe they're going to start turning it around. And the Cowboys, obviously, out of box. Phenomenal team with the great owner. They made a great run. So I think we're just taking teams at the prime of their tenure here in Madden 19, or we're taking them after a really positive draft. Luke Poe in the 2nd round, Anthony Daniels is a 1st-round pick for the Cincinnati Bengals. They had a great draft, and they were an underperforming team who's got an easier schedule this year. And like we said, I mean, let's take a look at their schedule so far and see what they actually have played against. I predicted them to go 11-5, knowing they went 5-11 last year. I mean, you look at this. And this right here, look at this loss to Tennessee. That should have been a dub. You know, they really should be only 2 losses right now. Kansas City and Detroit, and that's very respectable losses. You can't knock them for that. But they're going to pick up a W here against the Baltimore Ravens. They're probably going to beat these Steelers. They'll probably beat the Chargers, even though Russ is going to get mad I say that. Yes, I think so. They're going to beat Tout. They're going to beat the Ravens. They might lose to the Bills. Just kidding. Then they'll win there. I mean, this team could win out. I mean, they could end the season with 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 wins in a row, and that would not even, I wouldn't bat an eye at it. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how great this team is playing right now. I mean, they could really finish 13-3. As we got to pause here again from the Baltimore Ravens. Constantly pausing, Cougs. Come on, let's hit this. Let's end this game. After this game, we're going to have the owner live call, and you'll see this on the screen. That's how you know it'll be a live call in the air. 38-3, the Cincinnati Bengals over the Baltimore Ravens right now. You're looking around, you're going, what the heck happened? It was 14-3 at one point, yes. Well, here's what happened. A lot of John Ross, a lot of Carl Lawson, our players to watch, courtesy of Project Fat, were great. Willis Hood, player to watch from Jamie, he was phenomenal. I mean, this whole team just looked good. And they're going to sack Lamar Jackson one more time, if that's Lamar Jackson even in. Bud Dupree gets a sack. Oh, wow. So Bud Dupree's on our Cincinnati Bengals team. I didn't even know. I thought Bud Dupree was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I thought he got traded from the Steelers. I guess Tampa let him go. My ball just turned into a diamond. Here we go. Dropping back of the end zone. Dangerous throw. That should have been picked off. That is not Lamar Jackson. That is Teddy Bridgewater, former Atlanta Falcon. He was brought in to Atlanta for a second-round pick. He spent a season, 2 seasons in Atlanta. Didn't play much until the second season. Really was there as a security blanket for Matt Ryan when the Falcons were kind of in their prime. They were winning 10, 11, 12 games a season. They were making the playoffs. He didn't get much time in Atlanta to play, and then when his contract came up, they decided to let him go. Here we go. Bridgewater back of the end zone again, throwing a just dangerous throw, 3rd and 24. Somehow squeezes that to number 82. It's going to get him down to the 24-yard line, 4th and 4, as Nate Logan, the rookie wide receiver, the 11th pick in the MBL Season 36 rookie draft, making a second catch on the day. You guys remember Nate Logan? I think he was supposed to go in the 4th, 5th round, and he went and took him in the 1st round. Very speedy wide receiver. He's already had injury issues so far in this season. They're going to try to get some yards with him right there. 82 gets hit again. Mario Davis laying the lumber down. Let's see if this is going to turn into a Nate Logan reception hour here in the final minute of the game. No huddle, looking. Yeah, he's on a streak there. He was looking for him. Couldn't get him. Down he goes. That's going to end the game. Baltimore Ravens fall to the Cincinnati Bengals. They fall to 5-5. Bengals improve to 7-3. We're going to get the owner on the phone here in just a second. Tell Eric G to go ahead and call in. The lines are open. And just like that, our Cincinnati Bengals are balling. I'm telling you, this team is the real deal, Holyfield. And they're making it happen right now. Geno Atkins just was everywhere. Sacks for days. Carl Lawson. This whole defensive unit, I mean, really, if you want to be honest, is just phenomenal. Jordan Willis, Carl Lawson, Geno Atkins, Malik Jefferson, Demario Davis, William Jackson, Jesse Bates, and A.J. Robinson had 2 picks, including a pick 6 early in the game. Phenomenal opportunity for the Cincinnati Bengals team to do something special. We're going to have the owner calling in just a second. What's going on, Eric G? You are live on Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals. We are talking with the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals. Impressive win tonight.
Yeah, man. We came out and we did what we needed to do.
You sounded like a little bored, man. Did that game bore you a little bit or what?
Oh man, you know, I just gotta do some things. I gotta get out of here. But the game itself, it was a surprise. I didn't expect my team to come out there and ball the way they did. But we're very happy with the performance. All
right, before you get out of here, I just got 2 questions for you. I'm changing my prediction on you. I had you at 11-5, which a lot of people laughed at. They scuffed at. They said, no way. You had a big, impressive win against the Browns before they were suspended. We got to put that out there. Before the Browns were suspended, you beat them. So let's stop the narrative of the Browns were suspended. That's how he's winning this division. I don't want that narrative to even exist here. Second of all, I think I'm changing my prediction from 11-5 to 13-3. What are your thoughts on that? Is this something you think you do? I think you could run the table here. I'll put your schedule on the screen.
Go back, the entire narrative of that is something I don't even want out there. It's like yes, the Browns got suspended, so that gave us a little bit of cushion. It gave us a little bit of room to possibly drop a game here or drop a game there, which I doubt that we're going to do. But 13-3 sounds just about right. We feel very confident in the rest of our schedule and the matchups going forward. We see teams like the Chargers. We see another matchup.
Well, I call it out for you.
Ravens.
We don't have to throw it out there. It's Steelers, Chargers, Vikings, Ravens, Bills, Steelers. Steelers, Chargers, Vikings, Ravens, Bills, Steelers. That should be all victory. That should be 6. You should run that off. I mean, that's got to be our expectation. That's got to be our confidence level. A loss to the Tennessee Titans should have never happened week 2 either.
Nope.
With the way this team is playing now, looking back, I mean, this is a 14-2 kind of season, which is very impressive because the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, 2 games against the Cleveland Browns, and the Kansas City Chiefs were on your schedule, which that's where I had you at 11-5. And that was based off of your play when you were 5-11 in MBL season 35. This is a completely different unit. The defense is straight up balling right now. The offense is making plays. John Ross is getting over the top of the defense. Luke Poe is looking like the unofficial official rookie of the year. I mean, this is looking like one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I said a 100 QBR. Could you make it happen? You're making it happen, Captain, plus more. Just give us your thoughts on the defensive side of the ball, and then tell us a little bit about Luke Poe, and then we'll let you go.
The defense, especially in this game, the pressure was crazy. My biggest concern coming into the game was containing Lamar and not letting him get out of the pocket and really make plays with his feet, which he did get a couple plays, but there's nothing we could do about that. But the pressure itself, I think Geno Atkins had 3 sacks. Carl Lawson had 1. I think Willis had 1. The pressure was insane, and then the ball hawking ability with Malik Jefferson's pick, AJ's 2. It was absolutely amazing. Loved what I saw out of the defense today.
And Luke Poe, grade him on a 1 to 10, 10 being the best quarterback we've never seen, and 1 being, I don't know, what's the worst quarterback you've played with so far?
The worst quarterback.
You're going to say Derek Flynn? You really want to shame the Bills? Maybe go that direction?
No? I wasn't going to go Derek Flynn. It would probably be this cycle. Probably be Sean Madden, but.
Sean Madden sounds a lot like John Madden, but definitely not. It didn't work out for you there. Eric G, I appreciate you stopping by. I'll let you get to your family gathering right now. Another victory for the Cincinnati Bengals. That was the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals, Eric G. And we're out of here on the show. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I think we peaked at about 26 viewers watching. I know it was an early show. For those that didn't catch it, you're going to be catching it now probably. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the Cincinnati Bengals. And we'll see you next time here on the MBL Network.
About the follows, I could drown in all my sorrow. I just wanna hit the lotto, make a milli for my fan, but I'ma do it how I want it. Hope the music gon' expand, and my album like the Chronic. I'm a real doctor, no fake shit. Gonna change my name when I make it, just to let them know that it's possible. Making music in an honor roll, staying in school is a good thing. There's so many ways you could win. That work ethic is built in, and I've been a boss like a kingpin. Wake up and I pray up, praying that I never fall down, but praying ain't the only thing. Your dedication makes it all count. Stick with it from the get-go. You never want to just let go, cause anything is possible. If you don't try, then you'll never know. I don't want fame, I just want love. I don't want fame, I just want trust. Why they all trying to knock me down? They should all know I'ma stay up. And I wonder what it feels like when dreams are real life, when they gon' realize